Hi, Mark here from the Tangibound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangibound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangibound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangiboundNetwork.com and see if Tangibound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
In a world of heroes, villains, 6 British actors will come together to play Pathfinder. It's sort of like D&D, but also really not like D&D. Join Falter.
I immediately regret this decision!
Caragor.
Oh, I see you, Kenneth.
Velda.
Behold my arcane powers!
Shania.
Yes, I've cracked your case!
M.
No, kill him.
And the Dungeon Master for an actual play podcast that takes adventure seriously. Available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, and from DangerClubPodcast.com. Danger Club, let's roll. God, doing that voice hurts.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a Spurner. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 391.
The sexiest podcast on the network, Brian.
Thanks, Tony.
Ooh, see how we did that?
Yeah, way to work our names in there.
Fuck yes.
Yeah. Still gotta be one of, rank near the top of, quickest introductions we've ever done.
I mean, normally we get about a half hour in.
Yeah. No. Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh shit, that's right. But it is what it is, right?
Yeah. And we remember sometimes.
Sometimes.
Most of the time we don't remember.
We always remember.
What's that?
What's the sexiest podcast on the network?
Mm-hmm.
This one.
Accurate.
Accurate.
Oh man. You know, I had somebody, one of the Twitter groups I'm in, listen to the news clip episode I posted a couple weeks ago, and then our last episode, and you know, he was like, "Oh, this was really funny," and I was like, "I don't even know what you're talking about."
It's always my favorite.
No clue. Yeah.
Like, was it? Because I don't recall.
Well, like I told you when I did the news stories one, I didn't listen to them again. I just put them together, and you know, I listened to make sure, you know, to try to get the volume, whatever. But that was about it. I didn't listen to the whole episode, so it was. I have no clue what's on it.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah, and each one's got probably 2 to 4 stories on it, I think. You know, so I don't know. And then even our last episode, it's like, unless I look at my notes, I can't remember what was on it. You know, so unless there's something really that stands out.
You're right.
Like if someone had mentioned my trip to Kroger, I'd be like, oh yeah, you know, like that certainly hasn't gone away in my memory.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'll have more on that in a minute. So.
Oh, this is a new experience.
Yeah, I have a follow-up.
So many times we've had experiences at Kroger.
Yeah, I have a follow-up.
Really?
Yeah.
A salty follow-up?
Yes. So yeah, I'll just get into it. What the fuck? So,
all right.
You know, for those who don't know, I scheduled a pickup, had to wait 3 hours past the point of when we were supposed to be able to pick it up. Finally get it and get home and everything. You know, and the manager had said, you know, call in the morning and, you know, I'll, I'll do something toward, like, you know, taking some money off your bill or whatever. So, cool. Well, I don't tend to get up in the morning, so I kind of forgot for a couple days, but then I called I called Monday, and I actually talked to the same guy. The worst part was I didn't catch his name either time, so.
Probably Turd Ferguson.
Might have been, I don't know.
I'm just guessing.
Might be. So Bob Kroger tells me that, you know, he's like, hey, I'm really sorry again, blah, blah, you know, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, you know, and, he's like, well, when you come in next time, there'll be a $25 gift card for you up at the customer service. I'm like, okay, cool, you know, cause honestly, they don't have to do anything. It's in their best interest customer service wise, because if they don't, I'm likely to go, you know, there's other grocery stores.
Yeah, for sure, right?
So, and other grocery stores that will do that service. It's not like they're the only ones that do the pull up and we bring your groceries out, you know? So, you know, so anyways, I was like, okay, cool, you know? And I needed to go back and get, well, I don't know if you remember, like, we didn't get the water we were supposed to get, and, you know, and he took that off of our, bill. So,
nice.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, cool, you know, no big deal. I'll just pick up water when I come in. Well, he didn't take it off. I'm sorry. He gave me like a credit, you know, to get 2 things of water.
Right. So
my brother and I go back in, go around, get all the stuff. And then I'm like, oh shit, I got to go up to customer service and get the gift card. Well, I had already unloaded all my groceries on the line when I did that. And I'm like, shit. So I asked the cashier, because there was no one up there. I was like, is there anyone working customer service? And the woman doing the bagging was like, me. So I was like, oh, there's supposed to be, you know, a gift card for me. And she gets my name, goes back. She's back there for a few minutes. And then I see her pick a phone up, and I'm like, oh boy.
Oh boy.
So next thing you know, she comes out and she's like, well, she's like, either I can't find it or he didn't put it up here. She's like, so, you know, then this other woman was back in there, and she's like, she's gonna, you know, do a card up for you real quick. And I'm thinking, and I was like, well, can you just give me money off my order? 'Cause I'm buying stuff right now, you know, and clearly you're going to give me $25. So can you just, no, man, can't do that. So like, okay, whatever. No big deal. Right. So she hands me the card. I'm like, cool. Here's the amount. Swipe the card. Declined. Like, okay. And I look over and I'm like, this says not authorized. And she goes, oh, you have to give it 15 minutes.
What?
And
what sort of technology is this?
Yeah, right. So, and I look at the woman and I'm like, well, the reason I got this card is because I had to wait 3 hours past when I was supposed to be able to get my groceries. I was like, and now you're telling me I got to wait for this. I was like, I'm real tired of waiting at Kroger. And she's like, I'm sorry. And it's like, in my head, I'm going, it's so hard for me to fathom that somebody in customer service, that's not just a cashier, but someone who's like running the customer service department either can't call a manager or authorize just taking $25 off the card or the thing. Just be like, give us the card and just take the $25 off, because it evens itself out, right? Now, I know on paper it makes a little hassle, but how many times in customer service did we do something like that just to get the customer through and make them happy?
Get them the fuck out,
right?
Basically.
Well, and especially after I'm standing there and I'm like, I'm real tired of, I was pissed. And it also didn't help. I didn't have my blood pressure medicine in a couple days. So, dude, I was running pretty hot, and, I go out to tell my brother that I've got to wait, and he was like, how long? And I'm like, they said 15 minutes. I'm like, I'm going to go in there and stare at him until it works, though. And I did. I went in and I stared just directly at customer service. And then every so often she was like, you can run it again. I could clearly tell she was getting unnerved by me. But you know what? Normally I would, I'd be like, well, it's not her fault, company policy, blah, blah. But like I said, I just have this hard time believing that you can't call a manager out here and straighten this out. Like, boom, and have it done.
Right.
So whatever. So I wait and I wait. Finally it goes through, and the woman walks over and she shows the cashier how to do it. And then she took another $5 off the bill, which was cool of her to do. She, again, didn't have to. She probably thought I was going to murder her and her whole bloodline, but
Salty earth.
And I was close, but
like all the tombstones.
Yeah. But like I said, I know, ultimately I know it's not their fault. There's a problem with policy is what it is, And it's like, well, and I walked out and I told my brother, I said, well, I'm going to send something to their corporate, not to get anyone in trouble, but just be like, this policy is stupid. Like the point of the card was to, make me happy since I had to wait 3 hours. And now you're telling me, oh, by the way, like if I'd known that, don't get me wrong. I accept my part in this, that I should have done it right when I first walked in. Had I done that, there wouldn't have been a problem. They would have activated it. By the time I got done shopping, it would have been fine.
Right.
I take my responsibility in this. But at the same time, it's like I said, this just feels like a real simple, like manager override situation. You would
certainly, if I'm that cashier and a customer came up that was clearly unhappy and said, hey, I deserve this gift card, or they told me I was going to have this gift card.
Yeah.
And if she's at customer service, that's her gig.
Yeah, that's my point, right? It's like, to me, I'm bending over backwards to keep them happy and also to get them the fuck out of my store. Yeah, because I don't want...
Kroger's corporate down there in Cincinnati don't give two fucks about a $25 gift card.
Not at all, especially not when every time we go in there, it's at least $200.
Yeah.
They don't care, just like any company. They generally don't care about right now money. They look at that potential profit, as we very, very quickly learned at Family Video.
Yeah, exactly.
Like me almost getting fired on my third day because I didn't let some guy take 10 new releases out with him. Because it felt weird. So... Anyway, but yeah, so that's all over. And I emailed them and I even put in there. I said the associates were more than helpful. They did everything that they could possibly do, as far as I know. And, they were super nice about everything. Cause they were, and you could tell they were like, they felt bad, but it was like, and again, I've been on the other side of the counter. I know what it's like to be there too. So that's honestly probably what kept me from just going nuclear,
Just flying over the counter like Farva.
Yeah. So, yeah. But that was fun. When I got in the car after putting the groceries in my brother's car, my brother was like, man, he's like, I thought you were going to go off on him.
Like, yeah, I was about to.
Yeah. I was like, no, calmer, gentler Brian now. Boy, it was tough though. It was real tough. Cause the week before, or that Friday was tough enough for me to keep my cool because that was beyond ridiculous, And then for that to happen too. And like I said, I know I could have probably, I could have prohibited or prevented some of it, but still, I just, because it's not like they're going to be doing this all the time.
Right.
And it's like I said, like you said, it's like Kroger corporate doesn't give two shits about it. They would much rather me walk out of there happy than stand there for 15 minutes just seething.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Because literally, and especially after what had happened Friday. So now within a 4-day period, I've got 2 bad experiences.
Yeah.
And again, there's other grocery stores,
Yes, yeah. I'm very much the type that I'd be like, well, I guess I'm going to like Meijer now or Aldi.
Yeah.
I mean, I mix up where I shop anyway.
Yeah. Honestly,
but I'd
we
be
do
like,
sometimes.
hey, Kroger, go fuck off.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Right? And that's kind of where I was getting. And then the other night, my brother and I go out because we were looking for, stuff to sell on eBay. And we went into a Kroger while we were out. And there's a totally different one. It's not the same one I had been going to.
You still burned it to the ground.
Yeah. Well, the whole bloodline. No.
The whole bloodline, yeah.
No,
Brick by brick.
Yeah, I'll see you soon, Brigger. He's in Cincinnati. I'm not going to burn him down. I'm just going to, stay at his place while I burn Kroger's corporate down.
Right.
In fairness. Anyway, but they had, how like the stores like late at night, well, not late at night, like 9-10 o'clock at night, they block off one end or the other of the store.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah. And usually like it's easy to figure out at Meijer or Walmart because it's always the grocery side they leave open. They always close off.
Typically people are there for groceries.
Right. So that makes sense, right? Well, we go into this Kroger and they had the one door blocked off that was an entrance, but the exit was not. So, and most of the doors you can just walk up to them and they'll open, because they have sensors, So we go through and this guy that was working the U-scans was just glaring at us. And I just looked him dead in the eye. And in my head, I'm going, in my head, it's basically going, say what one more goddamn time. I dare you, like I was just waiting for him to say something because honestly, if he did, he was probably going to catch all the fire.
Right.
And,
both barrels.
Yeah, I think he maybe saw what was going on and kind of backed down. Cause who cares if we go in that way? Like right there, they have employees. If anything, that's where you want people to come and go because you can keep an eye on them.
Much like a karma chameleon.
Right. Damn it, Tony. I mean, we did come and go. We come and go. So, yeah, we kind of laughed about that because my brother even was like, he's like, I saw you look him down, basically. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, nobody was telling us we were we were in the wrong. I was like, Kroger's on a short leash with me right now.
For sure, right?
I was like, I don't care if it's a different location or not. All Kroger's on notice.
Fuck that store, Brian.
Yep.
Fuck that store.
I mean, honestly, if there was another grocery store super close, I probably would have after that first thing, I probably would have been like, yeah, I'm done with this place,
Well, Meijer doesn't have a click list type thing, do they?
I don't think so yet. Walmart definitely does, but Walmart's a bit of a drive from here.
Yeah, I was like, Target definitely does.
Yeah, but Target doesn't have a full grocery here yet.
Right.
Actually, it won't have a full They're going to remodel that one in June or something like that. I think they're going to start. So It should have a bigger selection, but it's probably just going to be more like frozen stuff,
How soon, say tomorrow morning, right?
Uh-huh.
Tomorrow's Sunday. So say you wake up in the morning and you're like, I'm going to do my click list shit.
Yeah.
How soon do they pull that stuff?
That I don't know, and that's what kind of made me mad on Friday was because I sent the order in the night before. Now, I don't expect them to pull it the night before, but you expect the next day. Now, again, I know it was the day before Snowpocalypse, so everybody was probably also having the same thought,
Right.
So I don't know. I know you have to give them a few hours, but I don't remember what the actual...
okay, well, because this guy...
Because if I look right now, it won't tell me, it'll just say tomorrow, basically. I won't be able to pick tonight, so.
Right. Well, because I'm just curious. Because like I was, at work sitting there thinking about it, and it's like, and I always kind of was like, like I used that Target one. I really liked it, but I always kind of like grocery shopping myself.
Yeah.
Because it's like I always end up like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make this, so I need this.
Sure.
But I'm kind of thinking for these bare essentials, especially like stuff for my like lunches and shit.
Yeah.
That isn't produce, I might just do that because you just pull up and you're good.
Yeah, they bring it out.
What
like
a time saver.
Like you literally don't even have to get out of your car. They will just load your car for you too.
Oh, well, I don't really.
No, I
kind of feel weird about that.
Dude,
but.
I'm me and Daryl didn't, like, we get out and help. Almost everybody else just lets them.
Just sits there like a savage.
Yep. So, and honestly, part of the reason we did it Friday was I was like, well, if somebody else is sitting here and they've been here for 3 fucking hours, like hopefully they can get to them quicker because we're out here helping.
Busting ass and shit.
It's like, oof. It's just like at the store, sometimes like you go to and there's like no bagger and the cashier will start bagging and, I'll hop at the end and I'll just start, filling bags. And, I know a lot of people are like, well, they pay people for that. And I'm in my head, I'm like, I just want to get out of here. Like,
exactly.
It isn't about any of the other stuff. I just want to leave.
That's exactly how I feel about it too. I'm like, I understand that's their job and, I'm not getting paid to do this, but I want to leave. And I also don't want to inconvenience people behind me.
Exactly. Yeah. That was my thing too. Yep. So that really is where it comes from. It's just my own impatience more than it is anything.
Right.
Oh man. Well, shoot.
Yeah, it's right.
I was trying to look as we were talking here to see if I could find an answer.
Well, I think I'm gonna try it this week. I haven't done it yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're talking about drugs. I'm gonna try it this week, man. I haven't done it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're gonna give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Because I have no faith in some snot-nosed, pimple-faced little doucher of a high school kid to pull my produce though.
Yeah, I will say this. I've had them do it a couple of times. Most of the time I still go in and do it because usually I've got like a medicine to pick up or something. So I'll just run in real quick and grab the produce too. And they've been pretty good about like what they've picked. Like they've picked, good looking stuff. I think that's probably what they're told is pick the best thing you can find.
I guess that makes sense. I just know like if I want some avocados.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm buying avocados, odds are I'm going to use them that day. And
right.
If I get green rock hard avocados, somebody's getting head kicked.
Right. And that would be the problem is if you get somebody who doesn't know what.
Yeah, exactly.
Cause I doubt that it's like, a list goes to the produce department and they pull the produce and this person pulls from the meat department. It's one person that does all of it. So,
yeah.
That would suck to get.
Yeah. But that's a very, it's very slight.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would be more upset if I'm like, well, give me some cherry tomatoes. I like to snack on a cherry tomato.
Right.
And like, you look at the bottom of the little plastic container, there's like 4 moldy suckers down there.
Man. Yeah.
And you're like, son of a bitch. I'd drive back and cram all those cherry tomatoes down their throat.
I mean, that's
These
fair.
are for you, pimple face.
Here's your tip.
Yeah, here's your tip, bitch.
It's fun. While I was on the site, I was looking at their FAQ and, it says on there, can ask, one of the questions is, can the employees take tips, and, the thing was like, well, while it's appreciated, the employees do not accept tips. And it's like, that's funny. I've tipped every time except the first time because we just didn't have any, cash,
Right.
So from that point on, we always take a few bucks with us to do it because, how it is. It just feels right, So I was like, well, in that case, I'm going to go in there and demand all those tips back. No.
Yeah, no, right? In addition to this $25.
Yeah. I just walk in and I point at the person. You! Like I'm Hulk Hogan, like.
Yes, that would be amazing.
I just chase them through the store. Roll them, get their wallet,
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
What have I done? You took
work
a tip.
at Kroger's, son.
Yeah, you took a tip and you weren't supposed to.
So you just take their hog-tied body and throw them right next to Totino's pizza rolls.
Right.
Enjoy the freezer, bitch.
Like, wow, that's a weird bag of pizza rolls. Oh, man. So anyway, yeah. A really quick, weird side note. I've been listening to old podcasts, right? Because, I'm 10,000 years behind. And one of them I listened to actually had an ad on there for Sweet Tango apples.
Really?
Yeah, and
That's hilarious.
it talked about how the guy who has the world record for the loudest crunch by an apple.
What? That's a record?
It is, yeah. But he used a Sweet Tango, which doesn't surprise me because they're very crisp. Like when you bite into them, it's like the movie noise apple, or a TV show. Like when someone bites into an apple and you're like, oh my God, that's loud. That's what they're like. So I gotta wait a whole year for them.
Can we have the world record for the most hobo references in a podcast? Because we have it.
We gotta be close. Across our years, if nothing else.
If there's a record for the loudest apple crunch, I think we can definitely sanction something. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Most finger snaps by two, balding heterosexual men. I think we could nail that.
Yeah, probably.
Really? Loudest? I'm focused on the loudest apple crunch. Unless he's snapping an iPad across his face.
That would be funny.
I don't know.
They actually played the clip too, and it is an obscenely loud, crunch of an apple.
Is it obscenely loud because that's stuff that bugs do, though?
I'm sure that doesn't help my case because it did. As he was doing it, I'm like, oh.
Right?
Because, with the headphones on, it's right in your damn ears, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, it made me laugh, though, when I heard that, because that's actually why I wanted to bring it up, was the world record is. Also, I'll take any chance I can to plug Sweet Tango apples. I wish they were paying me in delicious Sweet Tango apples. Not that they could right now, but,
Well, I've become a fan of the jazz apple because it makes me feel all jazzy.
Are you saying you get jazzed?
Dude, I should make applesauce called Smooth Jazz.
Yes, you should. Okay, so we take that, and then we make a beer with it, and we call it, the beer Smooth Jazz.
Smooth Jazz.
Or we call it Smooth Jazz Hands, whatever.
I like it. Actually, a hard cider, but made out of jazz apples called Smooth Jazz.
There you
It's not
go.
that bad of an
That's
idea
a
at all.
good move right there. Yeah, it is.
Strong.
Yeah.
Strong even.
You can tell how much I love ciders. I didn't even think that way.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. You know that.
Yeah, although, that one would be smooth.
It would be smooth.
Yeah.
It's because it's mixed with Colt 45.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Works.
Only the finest of ciders are.
That's right. Works every time.
Done at Salty Language's Hobo Cidery.
Hobo cidery. Oh my. Hobo cider.
We take the finest of malt liquors and combine them with the finest of ciders.
We take the finest of hobos and wring them out.
Yeah, for sure.
Not their clothes, the hobo themselves.
The hobo themselves,
Yeah.
yep.
Ugh.
Like, what's this bin for? That's our hobo juicer. It's just a chipper vac.
Well, don't give
Hobo
all
juicer, you say.
don't give all our secrets away. What are people going to see on the factory tour now?
Like, come on, silly me. I thought the Woodchuck 9000 was for deforesting.
It is. And it's
hobo
funny. Like
juicing.
we show them a picture of the box. There's this gigantic box for the thing, and it says for deforesting, and then in really small letters it says and hobo juicing.
Yeah, a little asterisk.
or it says with hobo juicing attachment.
Hobo juicing attachment. It's just a sandwich on a string.
Probably.
Yep.
Oh man. Ooh. Delicious.
Good times. Man, there's nothing like fresh squeezed hobo.
Oh man. You know what this is reminding me of is, two things. One, as I've referenced a million times on here, the Futurama with the Slurm Factory.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But also S. Anthony's episode with, was it trash juice or trash juice or garbage juice?
I can't even talk.
Right? See?
Garbage juice.
Yeah. So
his is funnier.
yeah. Much funnier.
Yeah. Dumpster broth. That's what I'm calling
Oh,
it.
delicious. Oh. Well, you know how it is. I mean, it's just like, you know how like when you eat a fish and they taste like what they eat basically, or animals,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of thing. It's the same thing with hobos, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever they root around in, that's the essence you get from the juicer.
Yeah, exactly.
The delicious hobo essence
Yeah. The hobo essence.
that we now sell in 22-ounce squeeze bottles. Shaped like hobos.
Of course. It's kind of like the honey bears.
Yes. Oh my God, that'd be great.
Yeah,
I wish I had a 3D printer. I would make one.
I wish I had a 4D printer. I'd be in a different dimension.
Yeah, you would.
Fucking sick.
Be like, oh yeah, well my 4D printer can make your 3D printer.
Like, what?
Whoa.
Bro.
That would be funny though, wouldn't it? You just get a 3D printer and just keep making 3D printers.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Like, look, this thing's literally paying for itself.
It's crazy, guys. It's crazy.
Yeah. Pretty sweet, dude.
Pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sweet.
Ooh.
Well, that was entertaining.
Yeah. So, man, I got the hell scared out of me this morning. Or this afternoon. To me, it's morning. To everyone else, it's like 6. But,
Bro, when I start working nights, we're going to sync up perfectly.
oh, yeah. That'll be weird.
I know, right?
Like, what the hell is Tony doing awake after 9?
I know. Like, when it's my day off, I'll be like, bro, at like 1 in the morning, let's play some GTA.
Like, sweet. And then you'll fall asleep at like 1:10. But
Depends on how deep I am in the night shift.
True enough.
Yeah.
Oh man, my mom fell today though, and
That sucks.
hit her head pretty hard. And
That's not good.
the worst part was like she was laying on the floor, like couldn't get herself up, and was there for a good hour. Like I couldn't hear her. Like she was calling out, she was hitting against the wall trying to, and I never heard her.
Right.
You know, and it's like, it's like my biggest fear over the years has been that, you know, I'm going to just walk in the house or wake up someday and just find that she's, you know, unconscious or whatever from, you know, luckily
Falling
she's,
or whatever.
yeah, luckily she's okay. I mean, she hurts like hell, but, you know, she didn't have any other, no concussion signs, and, you know, she didn't split her wig or anything. So no crimson mask.
I know it's not your mom's style, but you should be like, hey, how about you always have your cell phone on you?
Yeah, actually, I kind of pushed it a little more this time than normal. Because, I mean, literally the only other step we could take would be, like, the life alert thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? That's it sucks, but that's essentially where we're at. I told her she should just get a helmet and just wear it all the time. And she laughed, and I'm like, I'm actually serious. And I said, don't take this the wrong way, but it's like, you know, there's a lot of, like, handicapped people or special needs, or like they wear helmets so that, you know, they don't hit their heads on things and get hurt, basically.
I always assumed it's so they didn't bite people.
Well, that's part of it probably too, but it depends on the mask. I mean, some of them just wear like the hockey, you know, like the ones the wingers and stuff wear. But
true.
Yeah. I mean, if you see a kid and they're in I was going to say, you see a kid in a full, like, chicken wire face guard, like he's Dominic Hasek, you know, like.
Yeah, exactly. He's out there with like a lacrosse helmet on or something.
You're like, okay, I'm going to stay away from that kid.
Oh man, little Billy's a biter.
Yeah. He's got a sign around his neck.
Yeah, I'm a biter.
I'm a biter. Oh man. But yeah, I told her, I was like, you know, like I said, it sounds silly, but I was kind of being serious. Like when you get up, put the helmet on, and then as you're walking around, if you do fall and hit your head, at least you have some protection, you know?
You should show her the video of that like jacket that they're trying to sell the bicyclists, that when they fall off their bike, like it inflates.
Yeah, that would be great.
It's got like, you know, like sensors and shit in it, so it knows when you're going sideways. Or
yeah, that would be fantastic. Actually, are those reusable?
I don't know. If they are, I'm just gonna buy one just so I can just go. I feel like lounging and just fall.
Oh, I was just thinking like be great for getting hammered in, but you know,
I don't fall down very often when I'm.
Yeah,
you know.
it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I have, but it was only because I was leaning way too far forward. Normally I don't fall.
I also have, but it's not something I make a habit of.
No. Because again, anyone who knows me knows my strategy when I'm getting drunk is usually like, I'm going to just sit here. Yeah. Like, I'm done. And just start getting people to bring me drinks.
In fact, I want to say, I think the last time I really fell while I was drinking, it wasn't really my fault because I was trying to dirty dance moves with Holly.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, which we were successful once.
Right.
Every other time we just went careening into the floor.
Yeah, well, that'll happen. Yeah. Man, that's a way better story than I was trying to pick my shoes up. You remember I went head first into the wall?
Oh, that poor wall.
Yeah, right?
Meanwhile, they had to put a new wing on.
Yeah. What? He said they wanted to renovate. Oh, man. Good shit.
Hilarious.
That would be really fun to dink around with, though. Like, just like throw yourself somewhere and, you know, just have the thing go off and you just, roll down a hill or something. It'd be a lot of fun.
I'd say, if you could just instant lounge, just like awesome. Fall backwards and inflates into like a nice cushy couch. Right. It inflates to one of those, those big inflatable like hot dog chairs you see people use.
Yeah.
And one of those.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
Can you wear them on a plane? Because I feel like I'd feel safer if I could wear one of those on a plane because I'm sure they float.
I'm sure they float too.
Yeah.
To a point.
Be my luck though. Some piece of wreckage would catch me as I was flying out of the plane.
Well, I think smacking into the water from like 20,000 feet might be the problem.
Nah, I'd be fine. Yeah, I'll just go head first. That water won't know what hit it.
Pencil dive.
Yeah. I go head first and somehow the water fractures.
Yeah, exactly. You form an older thing that looks like the, goddamn Gulf of Mexico.
Right. Scientists are puzzled by... Meanwhile, I'm just rubbing my head like,
Sudden asteroidal impact in the middle of the Indian Ocean.
Man, my head's super hot, of course, so.
Well, naturally.
Yeah. Oh, man. That'd be fun. No, I'm sure it would not be. It'd be terrifying is what that would be.
Coming whistling like you're a World War II bomb.
I would too, what the hell? I might as well take my cowboy hat with me like I'm riding a bomb,
What is this, Dr. Strangelove?
Yes.
But you need one of those giant, Norm Macdonald is Burt Reynolds.
Oh, for sure.
One of those big ass cowboy hats.
I'll call Turd Ferguson over to Kroger, see if he has one.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, man. Whew. God damn it. Now I want somebody to Photoshop that up for me. Make sure the head's big, because my head's big.
Gigantic.
Yeah, like a bobblehead. That's the way to go. Oh, man. So, how's your week? Forgot. We actually recorded last week.
What now?
I said I forgot we actually recorded last week. Yeah.
Well, I've had a couple, I had some good moments my week. I've had some mostly shitty moments.
Awesome.
Yeah. But the first one is I've been playing some Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Loving it, by the way. Loving it.
Right.
I've made it because I'm in the chapter where you're more in the south of the game now, so it's like swamps and shit.
Right, racism, gotcha.
Actually, for sure. Because I'm galloping around at nighttime. I'm like, what's going on in these woods? Oh, it's a KKK rally.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
They were initiating a guy.
Oh my.
So naturally I murdered them all.
Right.
You get no negative respect points when you kill the KKK.
Well, I would hope not. Yeah. Because if so, I'd be really questioning Rockstar at that point.
Well, dude, and then the character's Arthur Morgan.
Uh-huh.
I got them killing everybody and looting their bodies, but after you get done shooting everybody, he's like, I'll kill every one of you sons of bitches. So I've ran into KKK rallies twice now.
Now, out of curiosity, you're not wanted by them, are you? They can't put a price on your head? Okay.
No.
That would be kind of interesting if that happened. If you killed members of one gang, clearly they would want your hide. So.
I mean, there is there's this gang called the Lemoyne Riders, and they're kind of like old Civil War dudes.
Yeah.
And once you start whacking them, you run into them, and they're like, there he is, but.
How the hell do you know who I am?
Yeah.
There's
right?
no internet.
Well, I've come to find out, like, if you don't, you have to actually change your outfit in the game.
Yeah.
Because if you, like, do crimes and then you leave and then you come back in the same outfit, they're like, there's the guy. But if you change your outfit, they might not get it.
That's funny. Like,
I know,
boy,
right?
how much would that suck in those days? You know, you're wearing whatever, you know, you leave, some guy comes in, just happens to be a stylish fellow wearing the same clothing. Next thing you know, he's getting tackled and batoned, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I guess I should say hogtied because, you know.
But yeah, I was kind of like blown away when because at first I got off my horse and I'm like, well, I'm going to walk to him and see what happens.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking towards it and it's like, you know, we're initiate this brother into our, and then like one of the guys walks over, he's like, shh, this is an important part. So I took a few steps back, so threw a stick of dynamite in the middle of everybody.
That's even better. I like that much better. Yeah. See, if I was there, you'd have to tape the dynamite to me and I'd run in.
Absolutely.
Boogity boo, boogity boo.
I was completely blown away though.
Yeah, so were they.
Yeah.
Ah.
Hey, hi-yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I, killed the initiation one and, I was playing again and riding around at night and I was like, oh, I see torches in the woods. Let's go check it out. And they're like, come here, give me a hand. They're like trying to put a cross up. Mm-hmm. So, of course, I had to kill them all.
Right. That's fair. Yeah.
But yeah, I was
you don't
blown
besmirch
away
the
that
letter
that's in
T.
the game.
Right. That is funny. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because it's always interesting when they make those choices in the games because they are in a completely like fictional setting. So it's, you can ignore things if you'd like to. But again, like you said, it's, it's just like in even like Fable, where they've got the like temples where you can sacrifice people to, you can also, not do that and avoid, not that I know what that's like, but, be a good guy or whatever. So I guess that's what it is. But it is interesting. It doesn't affect your morality in the game either way, huh?
Nope, it does not.
Kind of feel like it should like give you a little bonus, like something.
Right.
I guess your bonus is the smugness knowing you've killed them and taken their goods.
Yeah, I mean, that's my favorite part is like loot everybody. And
for sure.
I'm like, oh, sick.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool. Wedding rings and belt buckles and all this shit I can sell.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Go towards my $500 bounty I have in Yellow County.
Paying off your own bounties, huh?
I mean, it's the only way to get rid of them.
Oh, man. Well, or die, but...
Well, even when you die.
Oh, it's still there even then? Like, what if you get caught? Does that...
Oh. I made you if you serve jail time.
That's what I was going to say. I think you can serve jail time in the game, can't you?
I think so. I never have. I've always died.
Yeah. Same here. Like, I'm going to jail. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just like in Grand Theft Auto. It's like, I'll throw myself off a building first.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Good luck. Oh, dude, speaking of GTA, so I jumped in the other day because, I saw there was a new event kind of thing going. And, there's potential for a new t-shirt unlock. So I'm like, well, I got to get in there and play a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, I'm like, I just didn't really feel like playing. So I was like, well, like I just bought a new apartment thing. I was like, well, I haven't seen it yet. So I'll, go over there. Oh my God. The chat was so annoying.
You can set it up so you can only hear party chat.
Yeah, I need to do that because it was just these two guys dropping M-bombs left and right. And basically, one was saying that he lives at home with his mom and the other was like, well, you flip burgers, basically. These are grown men. These were not like teenagers, I don't think. And I was like, ugh. And so I kept going through and muting like everybody in the party.
Right.
And, actually I reported those two guys because they were just like, there were other guys in the chat that were like, shut up, like type of thing.
Right.
And, I just reported them because they were saying some stuff that I'm not even going to remotely repeat on here. And,
that's fair.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, we don't need this shit, but, and then they were just going around, like those two guys were just going around killing people just to keep them from doing stuff. Like there weren't missions or anything they were interrupting or, like, cause if someone's got like a run going, you can stop it and then you get like bonus points or whatever.
Dicks.
Yeah. They were just being jerks. And, so finally I was like, screw this. And I found a new group because I was like, this is annoying. Because I got killed like 3 times. Like, I got killed, I spawned, and I didn't realize I had my spawn thing set to like last point, like where you were when you died, basically. So I show back up, and this guy's got a helicopter, and he just keeps firing like missiles.
Right.
Which I've had happen quite a few times, and it's super annoying. So, anyway, yeah. So I ended up doing, going and seeing my apartment, and got drunk as hell and then stumbled around.
Always fun.
Yeah. But yeah, that was about all I did, but man, was that annoying. So
man, I had last night I had a throwback to our formative days of playing online games.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I had just like, I had like a little bit of time for I to go like crash out and go to bed. I was like, let me throw in some Call of Duty. I haven't played this in a minute. Mm-hmm. And it was double XP on Nuketown.
Ah, nice.
So it was just multiple game modes just on Nuketown.
Sure.
I leveled up all kinds of shit.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, like just I was like, oh, here's a gun I haven't used yet. Leveled up like up level 5 or 6 real quick. You know,
makes sense to me.
Yeah. Anywho, but yeah, so that was something that I thought was interesting was the old KKK and the Red Dead.
Yeah, really.
Right.
Yeah.
So the bonuses for my week have been I started my new job.
Wait, killing the KKK wasn't a bonus? No,
that was a bonus.
Oh, okay.
That was a bonus.
All right.
Because yeah. At first, I was like, the fuck? And then I killed them all. And now there's like, that's basically like, when I see them, I know that's where I can go get some loot now.
That is fair. No,
like morality-free loot.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. The only thing, I mean, to be a dick, I hope you get attacked by a bear sometime when you're doing it. Just because it would be hilarious.
Right.
Actually, be more funny if they got attacked by a bear.
That would be even better.
Yeah, but I don't know that the bear would go to him because of the like torches and stuff. As that game is like crazy in depth, that I bet you the animals are afraid of fire. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So yeah.
But yeah, start a new job, which I mean, it's it's kind of hard.
Mm-hmm.
Someday, like the first day I worked, orientation sucked a dick.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I just sat in a room, watched videos, filled out paperwork. I did have a delicious Panera lunch. That was all right.
Well, that's a bonus. Yeah.
But I mean, that was terrible. Once I actually started, because I work in a glass factory now, and dude, everywhere I go, it's fucking stone cold.
Yeah, I bet.
Everywhere, because it's like they have these things at the end of the lines called crushers. Mm-hmm. So if it's like bad glass or whatever, it just goes in a crusher and it gets recycled and makes new glass out of it.
Sure.
But it's just, it's just constant.
You need to go in someday wearing Stone Cold gear.
Yeah, just like, well, it's like fucking loud. Let me do some adjustments here.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
I mean, I feel like I'm at work.
Yep.
Whoops. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, I went from like manual labor for like 14 years to working in a kitchen for like 5 months, which I honestly I do miss it.
Yeah.
And like the last day I worked, my dude Rob and I, we hung out at the bar and had a few beers together and bullshitted. And he's like, man, this sucks. Because he's a young kid,
Mm-hmm.
He's like, man, it sucks. You're like a real stand-up guy. And, he's like, you're never going to come. I'm like, dude, you have my number. We're now Snapchat friends. Settle down.
Yeah, it's like, you'll see my dick. Settle down. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I need a little, like, a little smoke, I know who to call.
Right.
Settle down.
Right.
But it was a sad day, though, and I do miss that job.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
But, I mean, dude, everyone I work with seems all right. I just started working with a guy today. He's like a grizzled old vet. Mm-hmm. He's my new trainer, and the dude cracks me up.
Awesome.
Because I don't know what my nickname is, because now it's Tony, but I'm sure I had a nickname. He's one of these guys.
Yeah.
Because he's like, fucking SpongeBob SquarePants. And I was like, I'm trying to figure out what he's talking about, because we all have, like all the safety gear on.
Yeah.
And I just realized there's one guy that all his gear is yellow. And I was like, oh, all right. And then he's like, what's that fucking guy's name? The Ninja Turtle? It's a guy that wears He wears a goddamn Hydro Flask underneath his like his protection gear.
Yeah.
So it looks like his big old hunchback. Calls him a Ninja Turtle.
That's pretty good. I like this guy.
I know, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm digging the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, the kid I was learning from, good guy. He's a little young, and he's just like he has his ways of doing things. The guy I'm training now has been there for like 25 years.
Yeah,
I would honestly go with the grizzled vet.
Oh yeah,
It's like learning from Tom Berenger, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm with you. I would probably go that way too. It was just like whenever we trained people, it was always like, okay, here's how it says to do things. Here's how you're really going to do them, like. Yeah,
exactly.
But I got to show you the right way, but a lot of that's bullshit. You can cut corners and not affect quality at all,
Right.
Yeah.
But
I am curious though. I want to know what his nickname for you is.
I know, right? Because I'm listening to him talk. It's like, there's no way I didn't have a nickname.
Maybe I'll have to go undercover or something. I'll do one of those undercover boss things where they'll give me horrific hair and, I already wear glasses, so I'll probably not wear glasses. And although no one there will recognize me.
Yeah, true. You have an eye patch for no reason.
Yeah. That's I like that. That's what it is I'll shave for it, but I'll just put on like the grease paint type beard.
Definitely.
I'll wear a pirate hat, Yeah. Totally undercover. Just to find out what your nickname is. After like 5 minutes and he tells me, I'm just like, oh, time for lunch. And I just leave.
But yeah, I mean, it's all right. The only thing I'm not a fan of so far is the hours. Cause it's like, 12-hour days, dog, 6 to 6.
Oof, yeah.
It's a little rough sometimes.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing? Like
what? It's like, just packing glass. I'm like, they're when I got hired in, they're like, everyone starts on the pack line, and then after 3 months, it's like boot camp. You can move on somewhere else.
Okay, fair enough.
And so it's just like glass comes down the lines, and we of various sizes. Like today was like this real thin shit I was dealing with. It's like 3 millimeters thick.
Oh wow!
And some of it's like 6 feet by 4 feet, or 2 guys are picking up and putting them in racks.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah. And then like yesterday, the stuff I was on a different line, and it was this like 12 millimeter thick glass. They're using like a crane machine to pick up. This shit was massive.
Yeah, right. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. It'd be heavy as hell.
Yeah, but I mean,
cool.
Yeah, it's all right so far.
Yeah.
I just know, it's gonna the benefit. Oh, man, once those benefits kick in, got really good benefits.
Awesome. Well,
which is basically the reason I took the job.
It makes sense. I mean, especially, like as we're getting older, it's like benefits are worth more and more money as well. You had kids, so there's a difference. Like for me, benefits are getting more and more as I get older, but, for you, it'll probably be more like a nice level, like cause you had to have them for the kids and whatever. So,
well it's like,
you still do, not like you don't now, but
Well, yeah, for sure. And it's one of these things, too, that's like, it sucks because they don't give it to you the first year.
No benefits the first year?
No. I get benefits the first year.
Oh, okay.
But after a year, like, I'm going to be paying surcharges for a year because it's all like health, they encourage health.
Okay.
So basically, after I'm there a year, I can give them like biometrics. Like, here's my blood sugar, here's my cholesterol, here's my waist size, I don't smoke,
right?
And my benefits will be dirt fucking cheap.
Nice. Now, do they take like your bust and hip size too?
They better.
I was gonna say, otherwise getting into bikini shape, it's like, what's the point if all you got to do is waist train?
I know, right?
That would be funny. You just start wearing a corset. I got a tiny waist.
Look at me.
I'm a size 2. In men's.
Right? Naturally. But yeah, so I mean, so far so good.
Nice.
This weekend's been the test. Mm-hmm. Because it was like I had orientation, I worked 1 day, and then I was off 2 days.
Oh yeah. It's kind of like starting, like when we were kids and we started school on like a Wednesday, and then we'd go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
So it was like, and that first day we were doing like some heavier stuff, and it's all new motions. And dude, I came home, so you got to wear 2 pairs of gloves.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, I guess because glass.
And I was just like, my hands and forearms are burning. I was like, oh man, if it's this every day for 12 hours a day, I'm like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
And then, but then the next, 2 days off, and then yesterday we're doing that crane shit, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
recovery
time.
Break a sweat.
Yeah, exactly, recovery time, right?
Yeah, and then today was a little, more intense with, but it was all that light shit. So I was like, whatever.
Well, plus I would assume as time goes on, obviously your muscles get used to it. Yeah. Because like you said, it's different motions than what you're used to. So
it's all weird. Like I'm used to just manhandling boxes of paper and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can actually be a little more aggressive with the glass than I would have thought. Mm-hmm. But it's these stuff. I haven't really broke anything though. I've watched guys have been there longer than I have, snapping shit left and right.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and the thing is too is like when you break glass, it's not just oh shit, I just wasted company money here, but it's also a like you said, you're wearing 2 pairs of gloves because you need to make sure you don't slice your arm off, basically.
Oh yeah, that's what they're all like. They're definitely all about safety first.
I would think so, especially with giant panes of glass, winging around that place.
Right.
I'm sure they wouldn't be happy if they came in and were like, why does it sound like Stone Cold's here?
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't mean because of the crushers. I just mean you guys just, whoopsies.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Butterfinger in their glass.
But let me get into the sucky portion, which having this new job will help out.
Okay.
So, it's also going to come crashing down upon my insurance company and probably the power company, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
So,
if you need someone to, take bloodlines out, I'm raring to go.
Oh, so, bro.
If you just pick me up, let's go.
So, what's today? Today's Saturday?
Yeah.
So, I think it was Wednesday. Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't quite remember because I was definitely home. Whatever. I'm in my kitchen, about ready to start doing some dishes and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And I just hear this fast. Let me rewind. I've had some weird, my power's been acting goofy, and it's an old house,
Yeah.
I'm like, God, I gotta get someone out here to take a look at this because I do have it's old wiring. You know?
Right.
So I'd start the dryer, my basement light would dim. Mm-hmm. And finally, it was weird shit.
Yeah.
But so I'm in there doing dishes, right? And this my internet, mind you, has been out for days now.
Yeah.
It just stopped working, and I was like, damn it! And they couldn't get out for a few days because whatever.
Jerks. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the day the dude's coming out, I'm like, finally get my internet back today. I'm in the kitchen doing dishes, waiting for the guy to show up. I hear this pop. I was like, what the fuck is that? And I look over at my toaster oven, and it's smoking. Right?
Okay.
I start smelling that, smell of awful melting plastic and shit.
Yeah.
And then it just starts. The broiler kicks on, bright red.
Whoa.
And I was like, holy shit. So I grabbed, a long-handled thing of, plastic handle.
Yeah.
And because, thank God, the outlet's got a circle in it, so you can easily plug it out of the wall.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hold it out of the wall, right?
Mm.
And then I can hear my water pump downstairs, doing a weird cycle. So I go downstairs. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And then I hear this loud bang come out of my furnace.
Jeez.
And I was like, what the fuck? And so I go up because the Nest is powered by the furnace.
Mm-hmm.
I go up, Nest is dead. And I'm like, fuck, furnace is out.
Right.
Smart
home, and not so smart now.
Yeah, basically. and so I'm trying to one, I'm making sure because my little back door light over the landing is glowing like the sun. So bright.
Wow.
That's not normal.
No, it isn't. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And everything kind of goes back to normal.
I think it's pretty easy to figure out. Clearly your house is haunted.
Yeah, I wish. But, so I'm like, all right, fuck. So I was like, all right, let me, I got to call. Well, first I hit up my stepdad. I'm like, bro, you got any electricians that you'd recommend? Because I have to get somebody out here because clearly something's wrong.
Something's going on. Yeah, right.
Because, honestly, if I wasn't home, that's probably a fire with my toaster.
You're probably right. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yep.
Yeah, brutal.
Yeah.
So by this time, Buckeye Cable was already outside monkeying around. And at first I was like, I wonder if it was him. Did he fuck something up outside, you know? But I'm like, the power lines are a different level, like on the pole than the cable line. So like, odds are it's not him.
Right. Unless he's really dumb and was working on the wrong level.
It may be.
Yeah.
But it's weird is because the last time my internet went out was also the same time my furnace went out.
Huh.
Like a few months back.
Really?
And I was like, that's so weird, right? So, and it was also funny, the same Buckeye tech showed up because I heard a knock, I opened the door, and I was like, hey, I remember you. And the guy's like, hey, how's it going? You know? So, but whatever. So I called my heating and air company to, I'm like, hey, I need to get service done. My furnace isn't working again. And I called, I called the company my stepdad recommended. They're like, yeah, we're going to have Mindy call you back. I'm like, okay, well, here's my name. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll see you later, Joe. I'm like, no, it's Tony. Oh, all right.
Well, now you know your nickname.
Yeah, Joe.
Joe.
And so I waited like an hour, and then I was like, I'm calling anyone else,
Yeah.
Weird. I had someone out like a half hour after I called them.
Yeah.
But so dude shows up at my house, and he's like, hey, what's going on? I told him, and they go downstairs. Him and his apprentice go downstairs. Mm-hmm. And I've already had, I'm sorry. That company I called, that this dude works for, they told me, they're like, hey, before we come out, you should call your power company. Because from what it sounds like it's on their end. Okay. He's like, I'll put your name in our book, and if there's a crew working not too far from you, if they finish up, I'll call you. But, so I called my power company. They came out, didn't even talk to me. Nice. Like, I just heard a diesel truck outside. I'm like, oh, cool, they're here working. They just left. No, didn't, because they even, like, when I called them on the phone, like, oh, yeah, they'll tell you if it's on your end or our end. Never told me anything.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, what a bunch of jerks, right?
Right.
So my electrician, though, not mine. Well, he might be in the future because I was very impressed by his company.
Yeah.
But, they show up and he's like, hey, we're doing all these tests. And he's like, I'm pretty sure it's at your meter, but I'm going to check it out. Well, it turns out when the power company put the meter in, there's a lug nut on top. Mm-hmm. It wasn't tightened all the way. And there's also supposed to be this, like, anti-oxidating goo they put on there that was not put in.
Awesome.
Yeah, so what was happening was, I think it was called the neutral line, which the dude explained to me is basically like the drain.
Okay.
It's like all the power goes back to the power company through that line.
Yeah.
It was corroding, so instead of going back to the power company, it found a different route, which was my house.
Wow. Which, said, could have been a fire.
Yeah, so I had this massive power surge that killed my toaster oven. It killed the light above my sink.
Yeah.
It killed my microwave and it killed my furnace.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like full on killed or just shut down for the day?
Killed.
Wow. Your furnace is dead?
Yes. So it's kind of working now.
Wow, though. I kind of feel like the power company should pay for that.
Oh, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Not kind of feel. I really feel like they should.
Yeah, well, I mean, at this point, it's reimburse me. Because I've had to pay a guy.
Well, sure. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Because I'm like, we're having like, in a few Wednesday,
cold.
It's going to get brutal cold.
Yeah.
So the dude that shows up earlier this year, my furnace went out, and the guy was like, he asked me when he's here working, he's like, you get a power surge? Like, this is months ago. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, not that I'm aware of. He's like, yeah, this transformer in your furnace is burned out, and I've never seen it. The only time it happens is like a surge.
And then now you know what it was. Yeah.
So furnace company shows up. Same tech. two times in the same day, the same tech shows up.
That's funny.
So I open up the door. He's like, hey, man, your furnace is out again?
You're like, yeah, you suck. No.
I was like, yes, it is. And he's like, I was like, I actually had a massive power surge today. He's like, that's what happened last time. So I brought that part just in case.
Oh, nice.
Like, good on you.
That's how you keep repeat business right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Not make them wait 15 minutes. Well, a gift card activates.
Yeah, for sure. So he goes downstairs and he's working on it, and he comes back up. He's like, yeah, whatever happened, it took out the transformer that did last time, and your circuit board is just garbage.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, fuck.
That's what I was wondering when you first said you heard like that pop or whatever it was. That was the first thing I thought of, because when we had the shop that happened one day, and there was a surge on one of the poles outside or something like that, something to do with one of them, and it blew like half the fuses in the circuit box.
Right. I wish it would have blown my fuses.
Yeah,
Jesus
right. Yeah,
Christ.
much better than ruining the board. Yeah.
So, so he's like, I might be able to get a board today. I'll let you know. I'm like, all right. So he's on his van, on his phone. He comes like, he's like, yeah, I got one today. I'm going to go get it. We'll get you set up. I'm like, cool.
Awesome.
Thank God I'm off work today,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like in the cold because, it's cold outside and the heat's dropping rapidly.
Yep.
I'm just in the cold playing Red Dead. This is when I was hunting the KKK and shit.
Well, at least you had the warmth of their fire.
Yeah, exactly. Because the electrician dude, he like fixed my meter, so I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Good. Yeah.
I have internet back. I'm like, things are going right.
Yeah.
So furnace guy comes back, hooks up the board. I was out getting the mail and he pulled in. I'm like, hey, he's like, I got it right here. We're going to get you squared away. I'm like, perfect. And I'm in the kitchen just like texting and stuff. And then I just hear from the basement. I'm like, just thinking like, that's not a good sound.
Right.
And here he comes up the stairs. He's like, so I hooked everything up and I'm getting this weird fault. I'm pretty sure it took out your like blower motor because it's like one of your blower motors. And he's like, I don't have that part now, but I can come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's like, cause it just don't have it.
Yeah. Right. Sure. Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. And then I worked the next day. So I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, if it, cause my, Logan had a half a day at school. I'm like, if my boy's here and I leave him like a check, he could finish filling out. And the guy's like, yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like, cool. So, go to work, whatever. Get an update from Logan that there's still more problems, that they got everything hooked up. The guy's like, he needs to bring his senior tech in because they have to adjust the gas flow valve. But right now the furnace is only running on like low heat.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, whatever. And Logan cut the check. He told me how much it was, which kind of stole a bit of my soul.
Yeah, I bet. I was going to say at some point this has got to be eating close to where you've got to be hitting that line of like, should I just get a new furnace? Well,
they tried to sell me one.
Yeah.
And so far, with all the repairs costs, I'm still under a new furnace. Yeah. But at this point, I'm like, fuck, if I could have had the power company or my insurance, because, my home insurance will cover power surge, and I'm at my deductible now.
Okay. Yeah.
So, especially with the toaster oven, the microwave, the light fixture.
Yeah, right.
But,
sure.
But, so the dude was here today to adjust the gas flow and all that.
Yeah.
And, I'm at work, so I can't get on my phone until I'm on break. Get 3 breaks a day. And, he called me at some point and, I didn't get it, but I, tried calling him back, got a hold of him. He's like, all right, so here's the deal. He's like, we adjusted the gas flow. Your other blower motor is also gone. So basically the power surge completely gutted my furnace.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So I basically have a new furnace.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
But he's like, we don't have the part.
Yeah.
He's like, I will probably have to come back Monday. He's like, but it runs on medium now. Which it's still like, it's like 63 in the house right now.
Yeah, that's livable at least, though.
It's livable.
You're not going to
freeze.
No, but you're not going to freeze to death in it, at least, so. Yeah. You just have to put a couple 60 extra blankets on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
wow.
Yeah, the past like 4 or 5 days or whatever, it's been a nightmare, man.
That's good times right there. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Whew.
Like it'd be great if it could stop.
Yeah, right.
Like I would just want to have working heat. And then even the guy was like, hey, before you file your insurance claim, you should have us come out and check your air conditioner just in case.
That's a smart move.
And I'm like, that's actually a really good call.
Because I'm assuming, are they the same unit or 2 different?
Well, it's 2 different units, but I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's because the air's outside, but it's still got to run through.
Still, though, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The main furnace area, so.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, because I like nothing else. Like nothing else is gone. I've checked checked all the outlets. Everything else is working. Even like the outlets where the shit was plugged into that died, the outlets work fine.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the outlets did what they're supposed to do. And, yeah, unfortunately, there's no surge protector on most outlets. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's too bad. Well, at least it didn't, at least it didn't blow anything else. I mean, that blew plenty, but...
Bro.
Shit.
Yeah, my bank account is crying right now.
Oh, I'm sure it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I know, and I will be for sure having a conversation with Consumer Energy come Monday when I'm off.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Especially since their crew were out. And,
Yeah, that's the worst part is that they came out and they didn't even tell you anything.
Yeah.
Like, if nothing else, you'd think they would have figured that out and fixed it.
Yeah, because it's on my paperwork.
Yeah.
The electrician was like, I'm kind of upset at these guys that they didn't notice this.
Yeah. Did you get a picture of it?
No, I did not.
Okay. Because I don't know if it'll matter or not, but yeah, that's the thing is it's like just that kind of I don't know. All I can assume at this point is they basically pencil whipped it,
Right.
And it's like, man, that could have burned your house down. That could have killed somebody potentially,
Yeah, for sure, exactly.
So, yeah, that's garbage, man. And you got a bunch of trees around you, man. That could have been a mess.
Oh, for sure. Flame on.
Yeah. Jeebus.
Yeah. It's been a nutty week.
Yeah, sounds like it.
A little bit.
Man.
A little bit.
Yikes.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Fucking power surges, bro. I'm just glad no one got hurt,
Yeah.
all that.
Right. Well, except your bank account.
In the long run, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And then I happen to have like a savings that covered the damages.
Yeah, luckily you were in a position you could
fucking reimbursed, bro.
Yeah. Well, like you said, the insurance would cover it, but right? Or I know you said you're at your deductible, but still.
Well, when the first number I got from my furnace company, I was like, they're like, well, and I was like, shit, I'm not even gonna hit my deductible. I'm gonna end up paying for this out of pocket.
Yeah.
And then as things have been progressing,
you're like, can you pad this a little bit?
Just throw a little something on here for yourself.
Yeah, right. Then buy yourself a nice lunch, get a good steak.
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we've just had a real it's shitty beginning to a week, huh?
Oh, right.
Well, I guess a shitty week. I was like, it's pretty much over.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
It is,
unfortunately. Or fortunately,
Saturday.
depending on where you're at. Yeah.
I don't know where I'm at anymore.
Yeah. So they're coming tomorrow to do the last part or Monday? Or
Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they'll probably try to get a hold of me tomorrow, but once again, last day of working before I get some time off. So.
Right.
See.
Jeebus. Well, it sounds like whoever you're using is, doing a pretty thorough job at least,
I'm a big fan. I guess, shout them out. Shout out Maumee Valley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Woo!
When I had furnace troubles when we first moved in, they came out and they squared me away and it was dirt ass cheap. And ever since then, I'm like, these are my guys.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, this time you made a comment about it or got that same tech and he thought ahead enough or someone thought ahead enough, whatever, to go, hey, it was this last time. Let's go see if it's this again, And if so, I'm prepared, which unfortunately he wasn't, but he was prepared for that.
He was prepared for the original thing.
Yeah.
I just have that conversation in my head when he came up. He's like, did you have a power surge?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know exactly. It all stems from that fucking meter.
Yeah. It makes you wonder if he documented that anywhere.
That's a good question.
Because if so, it'd be interesting, be like, hey, do you have a copy of that last invoice or somewhere where you noted that? Because you can be like, yeah, months ago, dude said something, and it's all this time.
Yeah.
Bullshit's what that is. There's no reason they shouldn't fix
fluke.
That. Yeah. Well, it's stupid too, because when you said what that is, like what causes that sounds like the easiest damn that sounds like something you could go to Home Depot and get the shit for and do yourself.
Right.
Kind of a thing. So it seems like something they would be prepared to do and like have it done in 2 seconds and out the door, But like you said, they apparently didn't even catch it, or if they did, even worse, they ignored it.
Yeah, exactly.
Neither one is good.
Well, even like the electrician was just like, yeah, I hooked up his meter or whatever to it. And he's like, I was getting these readings that tells me that he was like, it connects, disconnects. He's like, that tells me that what was going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Electricity's like fucking magic to me.
Yeah. What is this wizardry? Well, he said he had an apprentice.
Yeah, it's true. Well, like what weirded me out, dude, is I turned my, like, after everything was done, well, not done, but after he left, and you know, because I asked him, like, everything's good, right? And he's like, check your outlets. I'm writing up the invoice, and I did, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I went to turn off my kitchen light, and I touched a screw in the like faceplate.
Yeah. And
I got a little like shock, and I was like, whoa. And at first thought, I'm like, oh my God, it's electrified, you know?
Right.
So I got like one of my big like rubber work gloves and I grabbed like, I don't know what it was, some tool, and I tapped it and you could see the spark.
Yeah.
And I tapped again and it wasn't there. And then I took my glove off and hit my finger and there's nothing. So I'm assuming there's still a charge.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow. That's fun.
Jesus.
Yeah. Either that or it's got like mutant powers or something now.
I don't know.
Or superpowers, you know?
I don't know.
A few months from now, we'll be, you know, seeing something on the news about like a screw with like electrical powers saving the world or something, you know.
That'd actually be pretty sick.
Like, I know that screw. I fingered that screw. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep. Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been my week, is dealing with that fucking bullshit, dude.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun time for sure.
Oh, you know it, man.
Yeesh. All right, well let's talk about something more fun then.
Oh, what you got?
So the other day, Weezer dropped a cover album.
Yeah.
Called the Teal Album. Have you listened to it?
I have not.
No, it was like, I'm looking at the track listing, and a lot of it's like 80s stuff, you know, like Take On Me and I'm blanking. Everybody Wants to Rule the World, and you know, Africa, you know, like just, you know, like the stuff
you know what? I saw people talking about the cover of Africa by Weezer, but I didn't realize it was off a whole album of covers.
Well, I didn't either. Like they dropped that a while ago, you know, put that video out. They had Weird Al playing Rivers Cuomo's part in the video, which was great.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. You know, and then they dropped this, and I'm looking at the track list. Dude, it's got Billie Jean on it. It has,
really?
Yeah, it has, oh shit, what is it? Paranoid by Sabbath. No. Yeah.
Is it on Spotify?
Yes. That's where I listened to it last night.
Okay.
And
I'll have to give it a listen.
It has No Scrubs by TLC.
That's hilarious.
So I listened to it last night and I was like, you know, it all feels like, honestly, what it reminds me of is if you took all those songs, and I know some of them were from that time, but basically ran them through like an 80s band that has like synth and all that stuff. That's kind of what it felt like, you know, more right. So. But I enjoyed it. I mean, I listened to it, you know, a couple times. So it's good fun, though.
Good, clean fun, huh?
Yeah. It was really weird. Like the No Scrubs one was funny. I can't remember which one of them it is. One of the remaining members of TLC, you know, put their stamp of endorsement on it. So
good.
Yeah. Cause that'd be terrible if they did it. And then they were like, that's hot trash. Like, what are you doing? No, what would be really funny is if TLC issues something with some Weezer song on it. That's what I want.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. They're doing like Buddy Holly or something like that. Oh, or something off of Pinkerton.
Like TC.
No. Well, I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can the remaining members of TLC get together with the remaining members of Run DMC?
Run T. Oh wait, there's no L or M. Oh wait, no, M's alive. It's Run that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So damn it. That would be great though. Run TMC would be funny.
Run TMC.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds. It sounds like a marathon or something.
It does. Yeah. We
did the TMC 2K.
You did? So did I. I ran it. Yeah. Why not? You know, throw the last two Beastie Boys in there too.
It's true. Right on. Why not?
Hell, let's throw Ringo and Paul McCartney in there too, with the Beatles, so we can have the Beatles boys. Whew, that was tough to say.
I like the Beatles boys.
They just start mashing songs.
That's the mic.
Yes. Yeah, forget mashing the songs up. That's not it at all. They're actually just redoing all the songs. Oh my God. You know, I would listen to that though. I'm not going to lie. If I saw one of these random things pop up and it was like, hey, there's this weird collaboration, I'd be like, I'm in.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
And probably just horrified by it, but you know, whatever.
Right. Yeah, it's fine though.
Yeah, you know, you take some risks, you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, it was weird though, because like they didn't announce that they were going to be doing it. It's just kind of all of a sudden, like I found out about it because of the Bands in Town app. You know, I got a notification. Really? It's like Weezer has sent you a message, and I look, and it's like, "Hey, new album," and I'm like, "Oh, cool." So I went and looked for it real quick, and then I was like, "Oh my God, it's all covers."
I mean, I'm gonna have to give it a listen. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that was cool. I'm a big fan of you know, bands doing weird covers anyway. You know, like was it a couple years ago when Stone Sour they did like 3 albums, I think it is, that are all covers, and some of them are hip hop covers and some are rock covers. Like they didn't, you know, just stay in their lane. They kind of went all over the place, and I like when bands try that.
All the rage lately.
Yeah, I like when bands do that though. You know.
Oh yeah, same here.
Mm-hmm. As long as they're good at it, you know, like Metallica should put out another cover album. It's been a while, you know. In fact, I feel like Metallica should do what Rod Stewart did. You know, Rod Stewart put out like that series of albums where it's like Rod Sings the Classics or whatever it was called.
Right.
That's what they should do. It's just Metallica covering like the most iconic rock songs of all time.
I agree.
Just over and over, like of all genres, you know.
It should be Metallica Sings the Classics, but it's only their songs.
That would be a great way to do it. I like it. Oh man. So yeah, but anyways, yeah, so that was a good time listening to that last night. And then I was like, all right, now I'm listening to Weezer, and now I'm like, oh, hey, look, Pinkerton's right here, so I might as well listen to Pinkerton. And
I'm on Spotify. Might as well.
Yeah, because it's an awesome album. Especially, too, because they have the deluxe version, which has got like 5,000 songs on it. So it's got different versions of some of the songs and whatever. But
meh.
So, yeah. So here's a question for you.
Yes, sir.
You know, like the true crime stuff is like, seems to be all the rage over the last couple years. Yeah. You know, like aside from maybe like Making a Murderer or whatever, like, have you been swept up in this at all?
Not at all.
No? Yeah, I neither.
I never even, well, I did watch Making a Murderer or whatever, but other than that, I don't like what's the podcast? Serial? Never listened to it.
I've downloaded it, but I've never listened to it. Yeah.
I mean, I used to read like true crime books when I was a little younger, you know, like I read some kick-ass one about a mafia hitman, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, for the most part, true crime stuff just does nothing for me.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I always wondered because, like, so many people, like, it really seems to be, like, what brought this up was Netflix, was it a day or two ago, dropped, like, a Ted Bundy, like, it had tapes of, you know, of him or whatever. And I saw so many posts on Instagram that were like, oh, finally, I'm so excited. I'm like, all right. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't do anything for me, but I was like, I don't get why people are so excited to hear about this. I mean, I get the fascination, I guess, with like a mindset that most of us will never truly have.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like, I really don't care what Ted Bundy was thinking. He's a piece of shit. That's kind of, you know, exactly. Like, that's all I need to know.
What I'm thinking. He's a giant jerk.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. And don't get me wrong. I have heard a few things, you know, where someone will talk about a podcast they're listening to where, you know, they drag it across like a full season or whatever. And sometimes I'll hear one and be like, oh, the story sounds interesting, but it's not for me as much about the like murderer or whatever as it ends up being like, I just want to know how it ends. Like was the person brought to justice, that kind of thing. If you tell me the end of it, I'd be like, cool. And I'd never listen to the podcast, you know? You know,
that's hilarious.
I mean, it's, you know, just the truth.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I blame you.
The part that does fascinate me sometimes is how people get away with stuff. Like what they did to evade getting caught. Like that part interests me because it's just, it seems, especially if it's a more current thing, it seems so hard now to get away from the police with all the tools at their disposal. that we know of. And then I'm sure there's stuff we don't know about.
Right,
know,
exactly.
Or we think they're using one way, whatever. As I put my tinfoil hat on. Like that, what was that reality TV show last year where it was, they took people and they basically released them, and then they had people who were like, basically hunt them, but they had to use like what the police departments and whatnot have at their disposal, essentially. Right. Like they could use helicopters and track cell phone records and, all those kind of things. And it was so crazy how so much of the time they were literally right behind the person. Like it was just a matter of that one time they slip a little bit and boom, they get them. It's like they're right there just waiting for them to hang themselves with the rope, and as soon as they do, they're right there to mop it up and, so, cause like I said, it seems so hard now with all the cameras that are everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Every intersection, it seems like, anymore.
Yeah. And as we go on, facial recognition software is getting better and better. And, it's like you're going to be able to cross-reference things that you couldn't do a few years ago. It's freaking crazy,
It is, isn't it?
I listened to a podcast the other night where they were talking about how genealogists solved a cold case. Because they were able to, it was some guy who was living a life as someone who had died.
Really?
Yeah, because apparently he wanted to get away from something. And they ended up finding out who he is because they were able to trace his genealogy. Because they kept finding, because of all these DNA tests and all that stuff that are out there, they could piece together enough that they were like, hey, he has all of these genetic markers and his age puts him, all the pieces fit, basically.
Right.
So then when they talked to the guys like surviving family, they were like, basically were kind of like, oh yeah, that seems right. Kind of a thing, didn't even know that was going on,
Right.
So that was pretty nuts, but yeah, that's about as far as I go with it. That's more interesting to me. I'm more interested in the techniques to, the crazy shit that technology is allowing us to do to catch people. Was that your dog?
That was, the dog is right next to me, and she I thought she was putting my hand in her mouth because she's trying to get my attention, but instead she just pawed at my hand. I looked down like, what the fuck? And I ended up headbutting the mic.
Is it time for the Bell Let's Talk segment again?
Yeah, I think it is. I don't know. Let's see her. Bell. Put the mic down. Bell, yeah. Can I help you or something?
No. Well, there you go. That's her take on true crime.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Nah,
so, are you making a murderer? Thoughts? She's just sitting there staring off into space.
Exactly. That's her thoughts. She's got nothing to say about it.
Guess not.
Maybe she hasn't seen the second part of it.
Oh, I guess Making Murder 2 sucked, didn't it?
Yeah.
Shit was terrible.
Not a fan.
So apparently I need to go let her go empty her
everything.
I hope so. Jeez.
All right. Well, I guess we'll put some sort of ad coming up here or whatever. So we'll be right back.
This is the 9 o'clock hour.
Hey everybody, this is Brian, from Salty Language, obviously. But I also want to tell you about the other podcast that I'm on called The Crazy Life. It's me, my pal Heno, and my friend Jen, and we talk about mental illness stuff, mental health things. We go over articles a lot of times and try to share tips and what's worked for us as far as the paths that we've been on with, depression, anxiety, bipolar, alcoholism and such. So if any of that sounds like something you'd want to listen to, check us out. Just anywhere you download your podcast, just type in The Crazy Life.
Hey, welcome back from a thrilling outdoor piss break with my dog Belle.
Yep.
Like I told you, Brian, it's very disappointing to go out there and see fresh powder coming down.
Right.
I'm pretty much feeling the that basically snow can feck off.
Yeah. Yeah, and really we haven't had a ton of it, like we've had more than I want, but
Yeah.
we haven't really had a lot, Certainly seen much worse other places, but,
I think it's more the cold, honestly.
Yeah, I can deal with the snow. The cold is what sucks. At least with the snow, you can still go out. It's like, it's cold, but whatever. People, they shovel and things get plowed eventually. A couple days later, it's fine. But the cold is a different story.
Yeah, it's brutal.
And again, even if we tell our temperatures, there's going to be somebody listening going, that's it?
Like, take off, eh?
Yeah.
It's 30 degrees below Celsius or whatever the fuck we say up here, eh? Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Guy DeMoose back. I'm sorry, Guy DeMoose back on the show.
DeMoose.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I actually saw something like that in one of the Twitter groups I'm in earlier today. Somebody was griping about how cold it was, and it's like 20 degrees there, Somebody that does live in,
Saskatchewan or something.
northern Canada or whatever, they're like, fuck you. Sorry about that.
Like Engelbert, Norway or whatever.
Wasn't he a singer? Sounds like a singer's name, doesn't it?
It does. Engelbert Humperdinck?
Yeah, that was the singer, yeah.
Humperdinck?
No. Cumberbatch? What?
Cumberbatch?
No. Engelbert Cumberbatch? Oh, man.
Wow. That's a mouthful.
Wow.
So she said. That old gag.
Noise.
Oh, man.
Yep. So, yeah. Well, we jokingly did our Bell Let's Talk segment, but I wanted to mention again to everybody that the 30th of this month is Bell Let's Talk Day. So if you're, using your social medias and there's an option for like a filter or whatever that's from Bell, please use it, because for every time those things are used or a tweet mentions, I believe it's hashtag Bell Let's Talk. I think that's what I said.
Was it just Bell Let's Talk, or was it the Bell Let's Talk like 19 or whatever?
No, it's just Bell Let's Talk this year. In the past, people have used the number, but I think the official one is, well, I don't know, because, yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's Bell Let's Talk. So, I guess really you could probably mention them in the tweet also, but, just use it liberally, try not to put it with like, shitty things or something, but
exactly.
Like I said, I usually use it to tell some stories about some struggles I've had or triumphs I've had with my dealing with mental illnesses. So, if that's what you're hip to do, cool. If not, that's also fine. I also tend to retweet a bunch that day, because there's usually some really good stories about how somebody kind of found their aha moment, and I don't mean like listening to Take On Me or something, like.
It's just their aha moment. Cutscene them in a music store pulling up the record. Whoa!
Yeah. Or they get pulled into the back room by, a cartoon. Like,
well, that'd actually be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Like, what the? Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, there we go. January 30th. All day. Like I said, some of the things, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think like the Snapchat filters and stuff, I think those were only for people, in Canada, but I don't remember. So if it shows up on your phone, try it anyway. Why not? Yep. So there you go. All right. Back to our shenanigans.
Oh yeah.
Actually, do you have anything else? That's all I have.
Nah, negative, Ghost Rider.
All right. Well, let's do some Q of the W then, I guess, eh?
It's perfect, mate.
Oh, wait. Hold on. 1 second. I just remembered I've got, I have a shut up and take my money.
Oh, shit.
Except that it's not really a shut up and take my money. It's.
How is it not a shut up and take my money?
Well, you'll see when you open the link I'm sending you.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I didn't have the chance to pull up the advertisement for this, but somebody posted this in one of the groups I'm in the other day that apparently there's a device called the Rolly, or it's from the company Rolly. I don't know what. Yeah, there we go. and it's a hands-free, automatic, electric, vertical, nonstick, easy, quick egg cooker. So
I've seen this on Cutthroat Kitchen.
it essentially makes, It essentially makes omelets on a stick.
It makes egg dicks.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah. It's pretty ridiculous. Like, if you watch the video for it, it's like chop up all your favorite, or crack an egg, chop up your favorite ingredients, and then hit the button, and and then it shows this thing just like Play-Doh factory just oozing out the top of this thing, basically. And then it's like, and it's all done.
You know what?
What?
That's 100% accurate. It's like the Play-Doh fun factory for breakfast.
Yeah, it really is. And the sad part to me is that you know, with stuff like this, there's always going to be people that are like, hey.
I love one of these selling points.
Yeah.
Unique patented design cooks healthy and delicious eggs without the use of pots and pans.
Finally.
That's such it's such an inconvenience to get a pot or a pan out.
Well, I just, you know, is this thing battery powered, or I can't find it.
I'm assuming it's like electric.
Oh, because
plug in,
dude, because if it was battery powered, now we're talking, because I can make omelets in the car.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, if it was battery powered, I might buy one just to have it work.
Right? Yeah, just, you know, just be like, hey, you know what? I could go for an egg stick.
It is creepy, though, that the egg rises out of it like it's like a snake out of a basket in India or something.
It does, and it looks weird. Like, it looks like something a fast food place would serve. It does not look like something you'd want to make in your own kitchen.
Yeah, like it should, like you'd walk into Speedway and see it rolling there.
Or you walk into Speedway and order an omelet, and this is what they use to cook it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So, and you know, for the low price of $29.95, you can get one of these.
Sick.
That's so much money.
It is so much money.
Wait, what's the $34.95? Is that?
But, we got. We got to do though.
What's that?
We need to look at the questions.
Oh, you're right. Oh, hey.
Such as,
for $34.95, you can get a stainless steel one.
Fucking sick, bro. So you have a couple, the number one question though is, it works? Unfortunately, yes.
Oh wow. You know how they'll have pictures of other products? There's one down here, and it's supposed to be for a digital slow cooker, but it actually says Sigital slow cooker. Wow. Somebody needs Sigital. Yeah, somebody needs to have a talk with their people.
Definitely.
Wow.
This is my favorite question about the Rolly though.
Uh-huh.
And this is the number 3 voted question on this.
Okay.
How inept, sad, lonely, and gullible does one have to be on a scale of pathetic to total loser to actually purchase this abomination? So the number 1 voted answer is, I approve this question. But in 5 years, when you see this on the shelf at a Goodwill, you wonder what sad, lonely, gullible person would buy a discarded dirty Rolly for $1.99. Me. How else will I boil my tears of laughter?
Right? Oh man, that seeing it on a Goodwill shelf 5 years from now is so accurate. Is if you've ever gone into a Goodwill and looked at their stuff, they have so many of these like gadget things. That's funny.
It's a fucking tortilla smash. You're like, oh man, I could go for a tortilla smash. And you just realize you just bought like a $40 quesadilla maker.
Right, yeah.
You never seen products came with a cool hat.
Well, I mean, let's not cool hats.
Let's see, if I could wear a ball cap that said tortilla smash, I probably would.
Yeah, we just make up jerseys of it so it looks like it's a team.
Right?
Yeah, like the Santa Fe tortilla smash.
Yes. That actually sounds like a delicious dish.
Yeah.
Like, I'll have the tortilla smash Santa Fe style. Like, good choice, sir.
Yep. Like, I know. Or you slap them first and then say, I know.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I have one other thing really quick before we get to the Q the W I forgot about also, which is, you know who Gary Gulman is, right? Comedian?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
This year, he's been putting 1 tip a day up on his Twitter for how to be a better writer, like joke writer, for people who are kind of getting into comedy. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, I just thought it was a really, really cool thing of him to do because, not everyone does that stuff. A lot of comics are kind of dicks to one another and some aren't, but I thought it was kind of cool that he's just like, hey, here, this would have, I've been doing this a long time. This, would have helped me back then, so.
Right.
Yeah. And he's also posted like a thing on there that says like, if you ask him a question, he'll respond to it at some point. Like he'll answer your question.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool because, I know he's not like, filling arenas or anything, but he's still a pretty well-known comic, And,
yeah, for sure.
And it's cool that he's like, hey, I'm going to spend some time every day committing to this type of thing for people. Something he's not getting paid for at all,
Just in the adoration of his fans, Brian.
Right. Well, that's what it's about. It's about being number 1 in the hearts. Right?
And exactly, in hearts of millions, and what, number 83 in the scorebook?
Yeah, that's not bad. That's up a couple from last year. We're moving up, man. We were like 87 last year, I think.
Moving on up.
Cool.
You're right.
Yeah. So, all right. So, yeah.
Man.
All right. Well,
I got a bunch of nose goblins going.
You probably do. Probably do.
What?
Yeah. You said you probably do, You ever see those videos like when the spider egg bursts open and there's just all these spiders everywhere? It's something like that, but goblins.
Yes. Dude, that is a sick idea. I'm going to tell that to Logan.
Oh, for like D&D or something?
Yeah, he's always like D&D in it.
Yeah.
So like a sack that opens up and all these goblins pour out. God, it's creepy.
Yeah, no one wants sack goblins.
I don't know. I have 2 of them. They're okay.
Well played. Well, they're so good. Why'd you make sure you can't have more?
It's true.
Yeah.
Because of the process of trying to have was way better.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that is the best part.
Oh, shut your face. It's not our time for Bella. Let's talk.
She's like, no, it's time for Bella. Let's go to... Yeah, I was like, it's time for Bella. Let's go to bed. Yeah. All right, let's do our Q of the W. I forgot what it was. Nuts.
I got it, buddy.
Okay.
I got you, homie.
Cool, because I think the page refreshed.
We asked you, what is something most people could learn in 30 minutes that would be useful for the rest of their lives?
Right. And the correct answer is wait for a Domino's pizza.
Yeah.
No.
Second correct answer, subscribe to Salty Language.
Ooh, you're right. That's the best answer.
Philip. He says to be able to drive a stick shift in a car, how to clean a bathroom and kitchen, basic first aid.
Those are some good answers. I don't know if you could learn a stick in half an hour, though, can you?
I mean, I don't know.
I guess it depends on how fast.
You could, but you won't be good at it.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. We did not say master. We did say learn. So, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, in fairness, because I said change a tire, and usually you kind of need to change a couple before you're really good at it,
You really have.
Yeah.
Big Dev, he says, I agree with Philip on basic first aid. I would add low-skilled handyman work, like replacing an outlet, hanging fixtures, snaking a drain. Yeah. Replacing a faucet, and etc. Also, late entry for previous Q2W, sneezing while peeing. That may not lead to disaster, but it hurts like a son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's a good point. It sure does.
Yeah, because you're like snapping the chamber closed.
Right. Your body's like
it's like in a spaceship movie.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, I was going to say your body's like,
when
I'm trying to eject from one thing. You can't have it from two.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right.
Oof.
I was picturing urine flow, like a bunch of crew members in a spaceship, and they're like closed in the airlock, and they're like, no, and they're pounding on the door, you know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's like. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what all those urine molecules are doing.
That's right. I do have to,
Many of my fiddle band urine molecules.
Right. But Dev, if we learn how to snake drains and such, then we have to come up with new exotic reasons to call him over.
It's true.
I mean, it's like, oh, hey, Dev, I need my drain snaked. I mean, it's ladies hitting him up all the time with that.
I mean, I kind of love the title of like Dev's is exotic snake drainer. Wait,
Dev's exotic snake drainery or drain snakery. Sorry.
I just implied that Dev's out there draining snakes.
So did I. Yeah, oh, he is.
Only the exotic one.
Yes.
Though.
Well, I mean,
it has tiger stripes. I'll be right there.
Yeah. He's classy, He doesn't just take any snake. Oh, man. Yep. I just picture he shows up in like safari gear or something like that. Like, why are you wearing that?
Oh, your name's Sam, but you go by Samantha. I'll be right there.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. All right. So, yeah, is that all you have over there, then?
That's all face page provided.
All right, then.
Really letting us down this week.
It happens. Fluffy Bunny Ash says, shoot, where'd it go? Oh, Oh, for last week, her answer with the sneezing was, she says, anything in sneezing is worse. There's not a single situation where sneezing during it will make it better. So I kind of wanted to disqualify sneezing altogether from my answer, but it's also really hard to think of one that doesn't involve sneezing. So I'm going to have to go with having a kitten and anything. Once a kitten starts helping, there's a good chance of disaster even with the simplest activity. That's accurate.
What about having a kitten and sneezing?
That could end disastrous, depending on how tight you're holding the kitten.
Good.
Yeah.
How about, Brian, a platter? Like a big silver platter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got 20 mugs of way too hot, fully poured tea.
Yeah.
And kittens. And you're sneezing.
I think that's going to make a big mess and or maybe scalding yourself and the kittens.
Yeah. At a time.
Yeah. Because, I mean, are you holding the kitten? Is the kitten on the floor? Is it on your head? Where,
Also on the platter. Because this weird table people, they ordered 20 teas and kittens.
Well, that makes sense. That's what you order.
So you're going over there as the waiter.
Yeah.
And you got a little, sneezies building up. And kittens already have foot claws. You imagine a scalded people getting fucked up.
Oh, seriously, yeah. Be like loosing like a bunch of mini Wolverines on people. By Wolverine, I mean the comics character, not the animal.
Both, actually.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Yikes. So for this week's answer, she said, aside from basic cooking, she'd say how to sew is pretty useful and an easy thing to learn. Shouldn't even take half an hour to learn the basics. That's a good point.
I mean, that's accurate.
Yeah. There are a lot of times...
Although I think Good, Stu.
Oh, I was going to say, there's plenty of times where I can think of where I've known people have thrown things away because they don't know how to sew and fix them. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
I was like, button on the shirt looks like garbage.
No button on the shirt, right to Goodwill. No.
Right, exactly. No button on the shirt, gold chain.
Well, it depends on which button it is. If it's a top button, who cares? You're wearing it way down anyway.
That's true. That's true. If it's a bottom button, you just, dicks out a little bit. No big deal.
No big deal, right? Or if you're tucking the shirt in,
No
no one will
big
see it anyway. Yeah. Perfect.
Truth.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Right. So, and then Cheeto Bandito said, I would answer fishing, but given the time constraint, that's not a certainty. That's true. You can learn the process of fishing, but not necessarily the catching. I would also add that an oil change and tire change would both be worthwhile 30-minute lessons. Probably could do both at the same time, honestly. CPR is also a consideration. That's one I didn't even think about. That's a really good one.
Yeah, CPR is a pretty good one.
Yeah. And he says, however, if I had to choose one 30-minute life skill to teach someone, it would be how to can. Canning at home is a dying art and an incredible way to preserve and prep food. 30 minutes might be pushing it, but I think we could get the bases covered if everything was set up and sterile ahead of time. Well, Cheeto, Tony's already sterile, so you just got to set stuff up for him.
We're Cheeto and I are secretly working on a compound.
I like it.
I mean, as much as I love Casa de I enjoy Casa de la Cheeto. So.
Right. I mean,
that does sounds like the delicious place vacation.
It does. I mean, where else would El Tigre go?
Exactly. It's well, geez, I mean.
El Tigre.
It's the resort that's located next to the Cheeto mines.
Mm-hmm.
Because those aren't actually baked, delicious treats. It's mined from here.
Oh, of course. Yeah, and then chipped down. Yeah. That's why they have such weird shapes. Yeah. They're not uniform.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for one, I don't support the blood Cheeto industry, but whatever.
Blood Cheeto. Are those the flaming hot ones? Because those are red. And I'll tell you, if you eat enough of them, you'll bleed.
Yeah, good point.
Oof.
Blow out a couple rings.
Yeah, at least. Like, I didn't even know I had that many.
Are you a watcher of Hot Ones? Speaking of spicy food.
I don't remember what those are.
It's the show on YouTube where they eat the wings.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I haven't watched it in a while, but yeah. I used to watch them.
Gordon Ramsay is just on,
and
he was terrific on it. He brought basically a bag of hot bees. I watched him drink a rocks glass full of Pepto-Bismol.
Wow. Well, I mean, it coats the stomach.
Good stuff. I would recommend watching it.
All right. Nice. Wow. That dude's crazy.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But going back to Cheeto's answer, I think that's a good one. Like, he's right. Not a lot of people can anymore. Like, I remember growing up, like, everybody I knew pretty much at certain times of the year were like, oh, we're canning, tomatoes or, whatever, or we're doing jams or whatever, You just don't hear that as much anymore.
No, exactly.
Although, in fairness, I think some of it...
What are you doing?
What?
Kids. Huh?
Oh, I was... I was going to say, I think, farmers markets kind of probably, make some of that obsolete because you can buy, like, fresh made jams and such. I mean, it's way cheaper if you do it yourself, but,
Right, true.
But every farmer's market I've been to pretty much has, delicious treats, jams and fruits and, what have you. So
exactly. It's like, oh, do you like walnuts packed with cherry mush? Like, I do.
Who doesn't? Yeah. It's actually one of my favorite things is a beer additive.
Cherry mush?
Yeah.
You think they'd come up with a sexier name.
No. To us cherry mush lovers, that's erotic enough.
I'll have the cherry mush sorbet.
Yeah. Like, okay. They just mush the cherries on top. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. Perfect. Oh, man. All right.
Indeedly, right?
Whoa. How about all that, man? I don't know about all of that. All right, I guess I should pull up.
All right, Popper.
I'm going to pull up the list for Q the W stuff so we can have one for this week, eh?
The Q to W Bible.
Mm-hmm. I just realized.
I'm already telling you number. I'm going to go up number 10, just to let you know.
Okay. Well, as soon as this document opens, we'll be in business.
Sweet. Sick.
Go on.
Sick,
There we
bro,
go.
sick.
Okay. All right. So number 10 on here is, you've died and gone to hell. What is the worst thing that would be happening to you for all of eternity?
I mean, I'd have to, I'd get that shitty office of no view in the hell office headquarters.
Right. Pull the office space.
Bad.
I was going to say, you pull the office space and take the one wall down. There's just another wall.
Yeah, exactly, right?
No!
So I don't know. I mean, what are we basing this on?
It just,
like,
well, here,
bad people.
I could tell you mine. Mine would be having to listen to people eat. Because.
Oh, I'm looking at this all wrong.
Because, that would be, I think, the torture that I would get. Either that, or it would be, my goal, my job would be to put like grocery carts back. But for some reason, I couldn't, how like in video games, you go so far on a map and that you just butt against the invisible wall. That's what it would be. I just wouldn't be able to get them into the cart corral. It would drive me batshit.
Wow. Okay. So what would my personal hell be?
Doing the Salty Language podcast.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm all tired and stuff over. Okay, so my personal hell would be like you die, hit by the bus, right?
Right.
You wake up, there's hot flames, there's demons and big, weird devil dicks and shit everywhere.
So
that's what hell is, I guess.
So you're at a Sabbath concert, right?
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, welcome to hell. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in hell. This sucks. And I'm like, well, we have free beer. I'm like, oh, but it's Bud Light. No.
No.
That's how I know I'm truly in hell.
It wouldn't be Bud Light. It would be like Bud Light Lime or something like that.
It's like, yeah, exactly. But it's the old Duels version.
Right.
It's like old Duels Lime.
Yeah, so you could never get drunk either.
Like, well, at least, whatever, at least I can get drunk. And I can just feel bloated for no reason.
Right.
Those weird beer shits.
You just get, right. You just go, well, at least I can get drunk. And then the devil moves his one finger from the beer and you see non-alcoholic.
Damn it. Satan has near beer.
It seems like that's all we have. That's it.
Except in my office.
Right. The only ice that gets sold in hell is Bud Ice. No. Oh, shit.
So, shit is right.
Yeah. All right. So, once again, the question is, you've died and gone to hell. What is the worst thing that would be happening to you for the rest of eternity? So,
show me what you got.
Yeah.
Bam.
All right. Well, I guess with that, head over to saltylanguage.com and check out all the things over there. You can see or get the past episodes, the enthusiasts that we've recorded. You can see the networks we're part of, such as Tangent Bound Network and
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment. So please go check out those two.
Yeah.
And, probably find some other podcasts you're interested in. If you'd like to help us out, we'd appreciate it if you rate, review, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please share our Twitter links, Facebook, whatever, however it is you find us on social media. Please share our posts if possible with your friends. And tell them to...
Loved ones.
Yeah, loved ones, hated ones, whatever. Just tell them to subscribe and download all the episodes.
Every single one. All the enthusiasts.
Yep, every one of them. All over 400 of them.
The Crazy Life.
Yep, The Crazy Life also. Yep. Good call. Yep. That'll keep you busy for a couple days.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So, yep.
While you're in hell drinking Bud Light.
While you're in hell drinking Bud.
Listening to people eat.
Oh, man, it would so be Bud Ice for me, though. God, that beer's awful.
Terrible.
It's so bad. Can't believe they still make it. And
be served on ice.
Oh,
Smell better.
Yuck. So
yeah,
if you want to reach out to us, if you want to suggest the Q of the W or send us something to talk about, you can hit us up in our email at saltylanguage@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
You can find me at Monotony, aka not any if you don't know how to spell that, man. Also, salty_language on the old Snapchatters.
I'm at Ninjitsu. And
of course, we're also Instagram and, all the is that aren't Pinterest.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, basically. We just, that's where we drew the line. Like, nope.
Nope, exactly.
Good.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. If there's, social media that you need that we didn't say, it's on saltylanguage.com. So just go there. It has everything you need.
I logged on to Musical.ly and I couldn't find you guys. And I'm very upset because I'm Musical.ly.
I'm working on it.
We're ordering a hit on that person.
Yeah. Like, you don't happen to work at a Kroger, do you?
Exactly.
Oh, man. All right. Well, with that, I guess have a beer, you'll be fine.
Woo, dog. Stace.
What? And
I don't know, dude.
Fair enough.
Wall, man.
That's fair. And remember to, wear safety goggles while you're juicing your hobos.
It's true. You don't want hepatitis eyeball.